Every kid, it's just a fact of growing up, and sometimes people take it too far, sometimes it's just a plain old prank. Here's Romney's problem with this. First, it makes him look, going to a boarding school, that he is indeed out of touch. Set that aside, though. Okay?
Which, again, he went to the school where his parents, I mean, listen, if a lot of people were able to
Absolutely.
afford to send their kid to you can't knock him for
No
the
doubt
school he
about
attended,
it.
right?
No doubt about it. But that's not my problem with Mitt Romney on this issue. My problem with Mitt Romney is that we have a pattern. The pattern here is he can't get his story straight. The pattern here is that he can't seem to figure out what his message is on this issue. Every day that Mitt Romney is not talking about the economy and the Obama campaign is talking about this kind of stuff is bad for Mitt Romney. And I've got to be honest with you, he keeps going over and over and over again, repeating dumb stuff. His, Ed Gillespie went on Chuck Todd's show yesterday and said he doesn't remember. I'm sorry, when you pin a kid down and you cut his hair off, you remember these kinds of things, and then he did the right thing and apologized, but you just can't run around and say you don't remember these kinds of things. It's a poor excuse, and it's just a pattern
Listen,
here.
but
It
Jimmy,
looks
we
really
don't
bad.
know. Listen. I think I remember most things that I've done in high school, and some of the things I probably would deny that I've done in high school. But Tim, to be
Sure,
fair,
me too.
we don't
Yeah.
know if the governor
Right.
does not recall. We do know he's apologized, and I guess the heart of it for me, Tim, is not the quote-unquote hit job, as it's been referred to on the right, that they are alleging here. It is the response that his campaign and that Governor Romney. I just want to play another incident with Colorado. He was in Colorado, and a reporter asked him about two hot-button issues in that state, and just look at his response. Let me play it, please.
One of our viewers, Bill Ferguson, asked, should marijuana be legalized for medical use?
Aren't there issues of significance that you'd like to talk about? The economy, the growth of jobs, the need to put people back to work, the challenges of Iran. We've got enormous issues that we face. But you want to talk? Go ahead. Do you want to talk about marijuana? I think marijuana should not be legal in this country.
So there you have it, Tim. And the point is, he's doing local television. That's a local reporter asking about something that is important to the people of that particular state. And his response, people are raising an eyebrow about.
Okay, well, I'll talk about the marijuana in 1 second, but what you're doing here is a typical media trick. You hype up a story, and then you justify the second-day coverage of the story by saying, oh, well, people are talking about it. Here's how Romney responded to it. No, let's move on to
You don't have to answer a single question I ask you. You did not, and you didn't have to accept the invitation to come on. You knew what we were going to be discussing.
Yes,
I'm not trying to put your job on. Hang on, Tim, because you're kind of in my house here. The problem is this. The story is out there, and you're right. I'm not saying that we should belabor what happened 50 years ago. We're talking about the response by the campaign and by the governor, not just on this issue. He says, for example,
you're bringing up a meta story here, which is what is Romney response to this other non-story? I'm trying to go meta on you and say here's some media treatment.
You don't want me to go anything on you because you're actually irritating me right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Because yes, you are, because you knew the topics we were going to discuss. You knew them. You agreed, and we're not talking or demeaning. Listen, 50 years ago, I was a much tougher kid probably than Mitt Romney was in high school. I'm not talking about the issue of whether he was bullying or not. He says he doesn't remember. To be fair, I cannot say he does. What I'm asking you about is how the campaign has handled this decision, handled this situation, how he handled the Colorado reporter, how he handled same-sex marriage, where he said he agrees with gay parents being able to adopt, but he does not agree with same-sex marriage. Just the handling of questions beyond the economy. If you're not comfortable talking about that, I am A-okay, but you're not going to come on and insult me. You're not going to come on and insult the network when you knew what you were going to talk about. Done. Now let me talk to Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm done. Jimmy, yes, I am. Jimmy, let me go to you. And I say this with all great respect.
Oh, she kicked his...
Or Tim,
she whooped him.